What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Profit Desk. I'm your boy Dex.
And I'm Daniel.
As you can tell, we got a couple of special guests with us today. Starting with I guess we'll start for the right to the left. We'll start with Toya. If you want to introduce yourself, tell them what you do, tell them about yourself.
Yes. So my name is Toya. I'm out of Central Florida, and I am actually a registered nurse full time, but I am now wholesaling mobile homes on the side.
All right. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you for coming. D Will, you the same, brother. Where you from? What do you do?
So I'm D Will, as it says right here on my video. I'm actually a wholesaler from Washington D.C., Southeast Washington D.C. I like to say. I've been wholesaling for about 3 years now. Along with that, I'm just like a serial entrepreneur. I sell hair. I sell these hats and sweatshirts. I have a dog I'm trying to breed right now, so I'm just just trying to get it where I can and stay.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Stay in a positive light.
Glad to have you, D. Will.
Thank you.
Oh man, look, I hope Dexter didn't. Did he lose his power again?
I know he looks frozen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you all. Man,
Glad to
Thank
be here.
you.
yeah, and it's always good to have. So we've been. I think this is his power went out. So we'll just kind of do a filler until he gets back.
Okay.
So we've been at this for, I think this is our 10th episode podcast.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
know.
sir.
Congrats.
And this is the first time that we've had a female on. So
Oh, wow.
Yay.
yeah,
Setting records.
yeah. So we were actually, one of the comments said, "Hey, when you going to have some female energy? It's too much testosterone in there." So
Right.
I would have to agree. Two guys talking all the time. You can only do too much. You only do so much with that, right?
Right.
Right.
So, and having that female perspective, sometimes it'll flip you on your head,
It's needed.
and sometimes, most of the time, it's very helpful.
Yeah.
So glad to have you, Toya and D. Will.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Let's see the man. I should have had a copy of it. I did not have a copy of it. As far as the points for news, I know some of the points we were going to talk about were the metaverse and how a company just sold the first mortgage in the metaverse.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting from here on out. So there's kind of a testing point for them. The second one was what were we going to talk about? Shucks. Anyways, do you all know about NFTs, and what are you all's view on NFTs? If you don't know anything at all, we can move on.
Yeah,
I don't know anything.
I'm not
Look,
even interested in it.
Me
All right.
either. Like,
All right.
I'm all about staying here on planet Earth. I don't
Okay.
need to be in the
Okay.
metaverse. Yeah.
Okay. So you all, I've heard, and this is going in a different direction until Dexter comes back. So I've heard that NFTs are a distraction
Really?
for what really matters, which is real estate.
Hello. Right.
Thank you very much.
That part. That's why I say I'm into the real world right now. So yeah, I don't have time for that.
So it's a distraction to get everybody's mind off of real estate and get into virtual reality. I think virtual reality has its place. I also think NFTs has a time and a place.
Right.
But don't get distracted off what really matters. Land,
not.
hard assets, especially the way the market is the stock market is going these days. It's down. They say there's blood in the streets for all the money that people are losing. But and usually when stuff like that happens, people are looking for places to put their money, right?
Yeah.
And usually it's in hard assets. And the crazy thing about the real estate in America, even though we think that the values are high here, but people internationally are still looking for ways to invest in America, right? Because the
Right.
values here are a lot better than they are internationally.
Right.
So it's not just you. Your competition isn't just local; it's beyond the border. So you have to find ways to be creative. You have to find your own niche, and kind of like D. Will, sometimes you just got to do a little bit of it all.
Yeah.
Find what state. Hey man, could you move to your? I don't know if it's your left or there you go.
Oh,
All right, there you
I
go.
got you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all I can see with your ear.
He listening.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yep. And you all can chime in at any time. Tell me about what you all think about the real estate market and what's going on right now, and the type of opportunities that you see, and the drawbacks you see as well.
Ladies first.
By all means.
Yeah. So I'm into mobile homes, as I said, so not necessarily real estate. Obviously,
Mhm.
it's somewhere for people to live. And it's hot, it's booming. Like everybody needs somewhere to stay. It's affordable. So I have no complaints on this end.
So what are some of the advantages of being in that particular niche, mobile homes, as opposed to single family, multifamily, place where everything's real hot right now and everybody seems to be, going in that direction?
Right. So I feel like with mobile homes, there's definitely a market like there is obviously for single family homes, but with mobile homes, people are not as attached to their mobile home, in my opinion, as they
Mhm.
would be to their land or their single family home or multifamily. It's like selling a car. So if they're done with it and they have somewhere else to go, they just sell it and they're willing to negotiate, I feel, even faster and cheaper than single family. And the other advantage that I love, we can close same day. You know what I mean? There's no, you don't have to go through a title company. It's just like you got the title, I sign, or my end buyer signs. We go to the DMV, or you two go to the DMV and close the deal, and it's over. And I get my money same day.
Oh wow.
So you,
Yeah, so that's what I love about it.
so you said mobile homes not considered real estate. What is it considered?
It's just like personal property.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a car. You get a
Like you said.
title. Yeah, you want to sell it. You just like, hey, here's your bill of sale. I give you the money. Here's the title. You go to the DMV and make it straight. So, yeah.
Oh wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So with mobile home parks, what's the to the best of your ability, can you share with us what's the the entry fee, the average entry fee for getting into mobile home?
Nothing. Just like with single family, you don't have to pay anything. So, for instance, like this deal I have now, um, I found them on OfferUp
Mhm.
and I called him on Tuesday. Yes. Well, actually, I messaged them on OfferUp on Tuesday. Yesterday, we were on the phone. He gave me the address. I went out to the property today, got the contract signed. I told him what I do. Like, I let him know I'm not purchasing the property,
Mhm.
so I'm straightforward. I'm not purchasing the property. I am going to find you a buyer. I have a list of people who are looking for a mobile home similar
Mhm.
to yours. And so tonight I'm going to market it. I did let them know they have to stop marketing on OfferUp. And so I'm going to start marketing it. We do have the contract. He's going to get what he wants. I told him I will charge my end buyer a fee for me, just like wholesaling, like with
Mhm.
it's the same thing. Um, and at the end of the day, There's no entry. Like I'm not paying anything, right? OfferUp is a free app. I just messaged him, and the contract, you don't have to put you don't have to put any earnest money down or nothing like that. That's not how it works. And so when I find his end buyer, I will make my fee the deposit, right? So I'll tell them that I'm going to stop marketing this if you put down 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. And obviously mobile homes are cheaper. So, people have this cash under their mattress, right? So if I'm going to sell it for 20 G's, a lot of people have that, believe it or not. And so if I say the deposit is going to be 5,000, which is my fee, they give me my fee, which I call the deposit, for me to stop marketing it. And then at the end of the day, the buyer and the seller are going to go to the DMV. They're going to pay their money. They'll get a bill of sale, and then they transfer everything into their name. And I'm out of the picture. I already got my money, so there's no money for entry, no barrier to entry or anything.
So you make your fee when they make their EMD, so to speak.
Yes. Yep.
Question: How are you finding these mobile homes? You just only OfferUp, or do you do
OfferUp, Facebook, PropStream. Now the ones on PropStream, they own their land. You know what I mean? That's how PropStream can pull it up. And also I do bandit signs. Dexter knows I love my bandit signs, and people call.
And may I ask, where are you doing this locally or virtually?
Local, yeah. Local. Okay. I like to go see the mobile home. I need to walk and see if there's some soft spots. I got to see it, touch it, So, yeah, local. Which I think it definitely can be done virtually. I'm not there yet, but right now I'm going to each property.
Got you. That sounds dope. I never knew it was that, that detailed like that. I figured it was just like, wholesaling as far as the paperwork and the title company. So that's definitely dope to know, though.
Yeah, I love it.
Sounds like you got D Will going into another area.
I know I
don't know. I might gotta pick my toe in that one. I might got to.
Right.
For real.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, Dexter, glad to have you back, man. We were actually just trying to kind of fill time until you came back with the news. You're on mute.
You mute.
Duke Energy and Murphy's Law working together.
It's in your hands, brother. Let's get it.
All right, let's start from the top. So, current events. All right, Snapchat. Snapchat hit their first profit last quarter. Anybody know how long Snapchat has been an app, but they just hit profit last quarter?
I knew about them for about 5.
I was gonna say 5 years.
5 years now.
Yeah.
July 5th, 2011.
See,
wow.
When Snapchat was launched. Yeah, and they just hit profit in December. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Think about that. Can you hold on for 10 years?
Whoa. I wonder what that profit looked like. Is there any percentage on it?
Yeah, it was actually. I think it was like 20%. Like a 20% profit.
Okay.
I mean, we talking about
millions and billions
over that year. Yeah. It was like somewhere around 360 million, somewhere around in there.
Wow.
But yes, the first profit for 10 years. And I mean, obviously they're owned by Facebook now. They got sold a while back for like, $30-50 million, somewhere around in there. I remember when Facebook bought Instagram. The guy that made the app, he only had it for like maybe a year, and Facebook offered him $75 million for it.
Ooh, that's a crazy
return.
That is crazy.
That's a crazy return.
That's a serious come up. And he was talking about too how he had a partner that he actually started Instagram with, and Instagram actually got sold out from under him because he didn't want to sell. He wanted to wait. We talked about that on the last show, Daniel, like people that are afraid to secure the bag. Yep. I want to see how high I can go. Well, he wanted to see how high I can go. his homeboy was like, "Nah," I went behind his back and sold it to Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah, and he woke up.
I don't know if that was a bad decision or.
I mean, well, it's worth just under $1 billion now.
Hey, well,
Wow.
there's
It
my
probably
answer
was
right
pretty
there.
bad, but I mean, and then it made it worse. He woke up and read the news himself. It wasn't like he knew that his homeboy was selling the company. Like he woke up and to a news clipping that said, Facebook purchased Instagram for yada yada yada.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's a way to
pretty bad.
backstab your friend, ain't it?
I know, right? That's bad business.
Yeah.
Bad.
Wow.
Well, let's stop there for a second. Do you think his friend did what was in his best interest, or do you think his friend messed up? Like that was wrong.
So you say the friend found out on social media, right? He didn't.
He found out from the news. He found out from the Wall Street Journal. He woke up, looked at his phone.
Yeah, that's my only. That would be my only problem. Like, you know, at least you could have just told him, like, you know, well, I did sell it, and
Right.
you know, that's at least you could have did that.
But look how much I'm bringing back. You know,
Right.
Look how much you're getting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what don't make it too bad because it changed his life.
Yeah. Now, I think 75 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how much of that he actually got because similar to the Mark Zuckerberg situation, remember, he like lowered his friend's percentage on Facebook to like nearly nothing. I think they own like, by the time he sold it, they only own like 5%.
Wow.
But that 5% a whole lot now, though.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But yeah, he ended up giving like equity stake to like, you know, board of directors and stuff like that. But that was the first one. 10 years profit with Snapchat, and that's what we wanted to know. Can you guys, if you start a company, even if it was wholesaling, because Snapchat is not a passive investment, right? It's like you have to run that company. So can you start a company if you know it's not going to profit for another 10 years? Would that work for you?
I think my answer would be if I'm enjoying it, if the 10 years can fly by if you enjoy it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that would be my answer. If it's enjoyable, yeah, I can wait. But if I'm, not really enjoying it, it's kind of, giving me attitudes in the morning and things like that. It's like, nah, that's a long 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 10 years is a long time.
Hey, Will, you say if you're enjoying it. So it sounds like that's something that would you have to enjoy it to stick in there? Because profit, like they don't make any money for 10 years.
Right.
Bills still coming.
Right.
Overhead still there.
Right.
And
still paying salaries, all that. Yeah.
And more than likely you're not getting paid. So what's if you have to enjoy it, or does the money have to be there?
I would say, yeah, you definitely got to enjoy it, but you got to keep in mind also like the bigger picture though. Like maybe they ain't know it was gonna be 10 years. Maybe they thought it was gonna be longer. Maybe they thought it was gonna be shorter. But it's like if at the end we want to sell this business, and it's going to bring in a buku amount of money, it's like it's worth it though. If you enjoying it and you looking at the bigger picture, I would say so.
Yeah, you got to have a strong why. You got to have a strong
some super belief.
Man, for 10 years, because that's 10 years of ups and downs, more downs than ups.
For sure.
Right? It's more ebbs than flows. So you being able to say, okay, you start with the end in mind and say, okay, 10 years from now, this is the number I'm looking at. And then you somehow, you have to put mindset in place first, right?
You gotta be focused.
Yeah, man, you got to put that mindset in place first, and then you work it out from there. The people, the processes, whatever, and the product is Snapchat.
Yeah,
and hopefully one day, you bet on yourself,
right?
And you'll be able to cash out in the end. But that's a long game, bro.
That is though. Like you said, a lot of ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? They probably went had to eat a lot of oozy noodles sometimes. So I'm sure it got rough.
Hey, we
That's why I
still
say you
eating
gotta
Hoops News,
enjoy it
bro.
though, because what's gonna make you get up tomorrow and do it again?
Right.
What say you, Toya?
Yeah, I agree with D Will. Like he said, like if you didn't know it was gonna be 10 years and you had a dream, you're gonna keep fighting for it. But at the end of the day, if you look at it, it took 10 years, but divide that 10 years by how much, like divide that money over 10 years, they
Yeah.
did really good. They did good.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Facebook, they took their biggest loss ever this morning. $237 billion loss in the market this morning. They took a L,
Wow.
took a strong L
Wow.
this morning. Yeah, it looks like their projections came up short for their investors, and everybody started pulling out. So they took a $237 billion loss. Mark Zuckerberg himself took a $25 billion loss in net worth.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Wow.
those are definitely suicide numbers, bro.
Do we know the cause? Like what caused it to go down? Like lack of
Uh,
reason?
Daniel, you were telling me about it. What was it exactly? They missed their quarterly numbers or something like that?
Yeah, they missed their quarterly numbers, and there was $1 million. Well, no, not $1 million, but a million people stopped.
Users.
Yeah, users dropped off.
Okay, yeah, that sound okay.
Off
Yeah,
of
that
Really?
sound
Facebook,
about right.
Yeah,
A
Off of
million people
Facebook?
just logged out. You know what?
and never came back.
I
That's
wonder
crazy.
why.
Because it's boring.
It is
Probably on
boring.
Instagram, probably some,
Yeah,
somewhere
you're
else.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
you're
somewhere
right.
else.
It's boring. It is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and it's a lot of information on there. A lot goes on Facebook, so I can see.
Yeah, and we like to consume content, but we like very specific content. And Facebook hasn't started
Okay.
tailoring content like Instagram. Huh? My
We
bad.
thought we were gonna lose
Facebook
you.
hasn't started tailoring content like Instagram. No, I'm here. So
It
Instagram,
follows you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Facebook, I hate it too. So it's all good. Lastly, the first NFT mortgage brokerage just launched. And they put a mortgage out on the first property, $45 million. That's about 45,000. My bad, $45,000.
Oh, I was gonna say million.
No, 45,000.
Question: so they're using cash money on the metaverse?
Yeah. They bought a plot of vacant land for $45,000 with a 2-year term on it. In the metaverse, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first NFT based mortgage. And it's the property is so crazy talking about it in the metaverse. The property is zoned commercial. So they'll be putting and guess where it is? It is in DC or Decentraland.
Wow. Okay.
It is in the capital. So, I guess my question to you guys is: will you be putting some of your real dollars into the metaverse and be securing some real estate for yourself?
It's a simple no for me. I'm more realistic. I like it's enough going on in the real world.
Yeah.
That I can, I can do without the metaverse completely.
What about you, Toya?
No time soon. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
No time soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, on the last show we talked about, we were talking about an NFT restaurant that launched. And to get into this restaurant, the cost is $14,000 to get in. But it's a lifetime membership. So you pay $14,000 one time, and you can get into this. You purchase basically an NFT that costs $14,000, and you can get into this restaurant. Still got to pay for your food, but you can get in. You still got to pay for your food.
Yeah, it's just a membership fee, bro. That's all.
He just get you in,
It's
man. Just get you in the door.
Yeah.
So how do you get on the opposite side of this though? How do you get on the side where you selling the NFT or this metaverse restaurant for $14,000 a membership?
You just have to have something to tie it to,
Mhm.
right? So in Gary Vee's case, he basically made a country club, right? People been doing that for decades. Make a country club, charging a membership fee for the country club, and people come visit. So he did the same thing with a restaurant. Then just a membership fee is the purchase of a very specific NFT.
Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, and he sold 1,500 at 14,000 a pop.
Wow.
Talk about a millionaire.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Lord. Okay.
I know we're looking into we got a couple of projects that we're looking into for NFTs. I don't know. We're not going to talk about the real estate space. We're going to dive into that, but we won't be talking about what our ideal is yet. But we
Understood.
got something coming. We got something coming.
Most
Right.
definitely.
All right, so that is all the news for this week. We do have some minor news of realtors are losing their commission. They're down to like 2% now because sellers are negotiating with them and pushing their rates down. So
Wow.
That's all across the U.S. or just
all across the U.S. So it's an average of 2 to 2.5% now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I think it'll turn around once. I don't know if the market's not going to bounce back. I think prices are going to still be high, but once it stabilizes and it's not people aren't still offering $20,000-$30,000 over asking, I think at that point agents will start getting their commission back. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's gonna be a minute though, right? Because you got this really weird time that we're in because of inflation, and then in March the Fed is supposed to do some quantitative easing, but they don't want to cause a recession as well. So it's going to be interesting. And then a lot of people believe that because of the lack of inventory and the high demand in the real estate space, that prices are still going to go up, even with inflation, and even with the quantitative easing. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a weird time. It's a great time.
Yeah, great time if you're an investor. Not so great time if you're in the market to buy a house.
Right.
Because I think the rate hike is supposed to go up to what? Somewhere close to 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's wild, man. But
crazy.
On to the topic for tonight, and I am going to put this up here for you. And I got a couple questions for you guys. Here.
Really?
All right, so we're talking about bringing your A game. Your future needs you. Are you bringing your A game? And the first question I got for you guys is, do you believe in work-life balance? Is that a thing, or should we cut that out altogether? And we're gonna start the round table. I got you. Go ahead.
Let me go.
Go, D-Will.
Like this was a huge problem for me when I first started wholesaling. Before I started as being an entrepreneur, I was trying to figure out like, okay, how to balance like my social life and trying to, be a wholesaler and trying to, help others and things like that. And I found it to be impossible. I really found it to be impossible because one thing can take up more of your time than the other. Then it's like now your balance thrown off. So for me, I feel like the best thing for you to do is kind of like, I don't want to say schedule, but kind of like plan things out and just be very, 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 very specific with your time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can do that, then maybe you can find some balance. But I just feel like the work life and finding that balance is going to be pretty difficult though, without the time management or managing your time.
Yeah. Tori, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Unfortunately, I don't have time for a social life right now. Like, I'm trying to build for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I literally did something with my cousin last weekend, and it took me all day Saturday. And I said to myself, you know how many contracts I probably could have potentially locked up, or how many,
Crazy.
sellers I could have talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I can't. So, I mean, to get back on my schedule on the weekend is going to be very hard for anybody. So, and I already told my family, they know I'm hustling. So, it's got to be your birthdays. And then even then, I can probably give you a few hours, and then I got to get back to work.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Super respectable. You
Yeah.
on a mission.
I'm right along the same lines. Even on vacation, I get heat for this all the time. Even on vacation, I'm like, I'm bringing my laptop.
Yep. I'm still be working.
I need the podcast equipment. I need it all. Like, I'm bringing it all with me.
Yeah.
And the schedule is still the same. We do like
Mhm.
a morning wake up call every morning. So we read a chapter of a book, and we do a call like every morning. It's
that's dope.
probably close to a year now. I think we're probably around 8 months or something like that. But we're coming up on a year soon.
Wow.
That's what's up.
But every single day. So even when I'm on vacation, and and Brian should be jumping in here in a minute. But even when I'm out with my best friend till 4:30 in the morning, at 7:50 a.m. I'm on that call without fail. And it's one of those things where there is no balance. You're just gonna have to get in where you fit in. If I want to go out and hang, I just gotta face the fact I'm gonna pay for it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the work still got to get done.
Yeah. You gotta stick to it.
Yeah. And I think Toya and Daniel, they will. I don't know if you are or not, but I think you guys are married with families too. So
Yeah.
how does that work with
I
like
am too.
spouses? You are too, D. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys can school me on this. I have no experience in the matter. But how does that work with like spouses and trying to figure that whole thing out? I guess Daniel, we'll start with you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Toya.
Toya, okay.
Oh, well, with my spouse, he already knows because, I went through nursing school, and I don't know if you've ever dated or been with a nurse. When we're in nursing school, we have no time for you. We still love you. We'll see you when we're done, when we graduate. And that's what our professors told us from day one. You tell your spouse and your children, I'll see you when I graduate, But so he knows it's the same thing with this. Same thing. He's very supportive. He's got my back, and that's that. And my daughters are grown, so they live in their own life. So,
Gotcha. What about you, D-Real? How do you find? I know you said there is no balance, but how do you communicate that? How do you work that out with family life, man?
So honestly, just communicating, like for instance, the wholesaler thing was very new to me when I found out. So as I was learning, I was teaching my wife. As I was getting deals, I was teaching my wife. As I was going to talk to sellers, I would just inform her, and then she always supports me and whatever I do. She think I'm going to be the greatest at whatever I do. So just with that support alone, that's what helps, though. She might not have much interest in it, but since I'm in it, she finds just enough just to support me and give me the confidence to do what I got to do. So I just think it really depends on the partner. If they got the understanding, then I think you can make it work.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree with them. Communication is very, 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 very important.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is very important. I've made the mistake of not communicating, right? It's one of those situations where you got this whole plan in your brain, in your mind. You see the end point, but your partner has no idea what's going on inside of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to open your mouth and say something. I've been guilty of that, right? But yeah, it's so in order for you all to do it together, or for her to be a part, because she wants to be a part, right? She wants to be a part of your plan. She wants to be a part. She wants to know what's going on. She wants to know the details. Give me the details of what's going on. So as much as most men like to land the plane, and most ladies, they like to climb down the ladder, each rung to get to the bottom. It's a situation where you have to meet in the middle and find a way to communicate. Let her you express what you need to express. Wait for her to respond. Don't say anything, right? Don't say anything. And then what I hear, okay, what I think I hear you say is, my idea is crap. Is that what you just said?
Sounds
No,
all right.
that's not what I say, baby. Blah, blah, blah. And then, they'll fix and things of that nature. Sooner or later, you'll get on the same page. And the fact that you actually just shared with her or shared with him, the fact that you want them to be a part of it, goes a long way. So, and to the priority, well, there to the balance, there is no balance. It's just priority.
Yep.
It's just priorities. It's kind of like what D. Will said. You really have to be intentional about your time. You really have to, you all have to sit down and say, okay, time blocking. We're doing this at this time. We're doing this at this time. We're doing this at this time. Making those intentional moves to be able to say, okay, this is our goal, high level. This is our goal. What do we need to do? Let's break it down to these small intentional moves every day to make sure that we are hitting that goal to get our overall goal done in, let's say, 10 years. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, I think this is a obvious answer, but maybe not. So, aside, I guess, who are you doing it for? Like I got a huge family, right? So, but there's a very close knit portion of my family that I wake up and do this for. And I don't have a wife. I'm not married. So for you guys, it may be different. For me, it's aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. But who do you guys do it for? What version of the future are you trying to amass? And what's your number? Like when do you know that you've hit the point where it's like, okay, now I can try to swing that pendulum to the other side and put balance on the other side with family? When is enough going to be enough?
That's a good question.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So basically, I do it for. I come from a large family of. I guess the best way to put it is where they just know the basics. They just know how to survive. That's really all they know. And I have 3 kids, so that's a part of the why for me. And just being able to change their lives. And I'm not looking. I don't think I had to be a millionaire to do that. So for me, I say my comfortable number is 300,000 a year. If I can do that, I feel like I can change, my life and the family around me. Just to give them something, something to look forward to and see that there is hope, and numbers like that are real, though. More important.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
What about you, Toya?
Well, definitely my why is my family as well. I would like to retire my mom. She has a very stressful, strenuous job for an older woman. And so I would definitely like to have a business where I can bring her in and retire her from doing such heavy labor, work. But definitely my kids and obviously my husband. I can't say a number. I know it's in the millions. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely in the millions, and it is passive because my goal is to not obviously retire at 65. I'm trying to see the whole world, but also have a business that kind of runs itself, and I barely put any effort into it. But the number is in the millions, and when I know it, I'll let you know.
Okay, that's cool. Daniel, I know what your final number is, but what is the number where the balance swings in the other direction?
It would have to be, well, it really depends on who's in office.
You say, I'm sorry?
I say
He's like, what?
it really have to depend on who's in office.
Who's in office? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because our current administration, bless his heart. Yeah. So really my number would be about $500,000 because I know what I want to do. And 10 years from now, I want to net $5 million a year. And in certain circles, I may not be thinking big enough. But let me get to that circle, right?
Mhm.
Let me get to
Yeah.
that circle so I can then be challenged. But as of right now, $500,000 a year would help me do what I need to do for my kids, my parents, and some of my siblings. Did I say some? Yep.
So, okay.
Yeah. So being able to look at that and say, okay, what do I need to do? And I think we've talked about this before, right, Dex?
Yeah.
What do I need to do? What do I need to do to bring my A game? And to D. Will's point and to Toya's point, being very intentional about my time each and every day to be able to do those mundane, really boring things every single day. Right? Kind of like Snapchat. They did the same thing every single day for 10 years until they got a payoff.
Wow.
You have to have a huge why in order for that, in order to, bring your future into your present. That's where my mind is. Kind of like, so Dexter and I were in business together and we had 5 deals, right? We had 5 deals in
the month off hot. Started the month off hot.
Listen, in January, 3 of them blew up.
In title.
3 of them blew up in title.
I'm pretty sure you had that before. Had a deal fall apart in title, man.
They fell apart. So and it's one of those things where it's kind of like a gut punch, right? Because you're not supposed to count your money before you have it. But
I think we say that until it gets entitled, you count it again though.
You start counting your money.
Oh, we definitely count it, bro. You
start counting your money, and then one by one they start. Right. Okay. So that's kind of a gut punch, but that's why it's important for me to have that why, that huge why. Say, okay, this is just a bump in the road. It's not really a bump. It's just
it's a part of the business.
Yeah, it's part of the business. It's not even a setback. Somebody just hit me on my shoulder. I'm like, oh, okay,
right.
All right. I know what I need to do now. Square my shoulders back up, get my head back up, keep moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Because I know why I'm doing this. I know what my why is. So bringing my A game each and every day, even if I don't feel like, because my goal don't care how I feel.
Yep.
Right.
What again? One more time.
Say it again, Dan. You say your goals what now?
Oh, my goals don't care how I feel.
I like that.
100%. There's also like this culture developing in entrepreneurship too, where it's like, and we talked about this on the last show, right? Find something that makes you find your passion and try to make some money. And we're not gonna go back in sex. We had a whole show about that. But you said something a couple minutes ago when you were like doing the everyday mundane tasks. And the reality is that even if you like what you do, you probably won't like the whole process.
Right.
Like a great majority of like I love real estate. Like there are very few things that I enjoy, but real estate is I'm actually in love with this business. But prospecting, cold calling,
Yeah.
that stuff is like my least favorite thing, probably in any business. I'm a data guy, so put me in front of a computer, give me a few lines of code, and I will hand you the world. But
You're
I'm
amazing,
not.
by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate it, bro. But I am not. No, you can have the rest of it. But I think now we've got this thing to where it's like, oh, find something find something you enjoy doing, and I think that's going to be a miss for most people. For 90% of people, you're not going to, even if you love what you do, you're not going to enjoy it every day.
Not all of it, anyway. Right.
Not all of
Right.
it. Not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on days you don't enjoy it, you're gonna have to have something that keeps you going, something that makes you something that reminds you of the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like when those 3 deals fell out, I'm sitting there and I'm looking like, man, we had a goal of 50 G's this month. I don't know. And the crazy part is one of those deals, just one, was a 50 piece. So we was already on track.
Wow.
We was already
Dang.
swinging, bro.
Those be the ones that hurt, man.
Yeah.
Those be the ones that hurt. I just had one similar to that, probably about 40 piece.
Ooh,
Just fell through at the table.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, and like you said, you try not to count that cash before you get it in your hand, but
it's hard not to.
It don't work, bro. But yeah, so you got to have a why, something to keep you going, something that actually will remind you that all is not lost, and you only get 5 minutes of pity. You get 5 minutes to wallow in it and deal with it, and after that, man, you got to get back to that perfect imbalance that we talked about. Where there's 100%, 99% grind, 1% social life, and oftentimes your social life includes a laptop or a cell phone. And I know D Will, because D Will is like the driving for dollars king. So I already know if he hanging out, he probably snapping photos.
I am. Oh, slow down right here. I gotta get this. Some of my friends or family don't understand, but they will in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Last thing before I go, we've all we went through a few questions that we talked about family, and a few of you kind of hinted at that there are some that will make it and some that won't. And I think I'm trying to what did Nipsey say? Circle got small, everybody can't go. What do you how do you feel about that? Like how do you reconcile that in your brain? I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying, at what point is it one of those things where you didn't believe in me, or does it have to be something deeper than that? Do you need your family to believe in your goals, believe in your process, in order for you to take them with you?
I don't know. Do you, Dexter?
I would say, honestly, no, just because.
I was gonna say no too,
because like I said, I come from a family like the only business that they know is in the streets. So with me trying to do like real estate and other things, legal businesses, they don't really understand. So I don't really expect them to support what I got going on. Just just them telling me they proud of me and be enough for me. So I don't really look from the support from family or friends as much. I'm more so, it's more so the outer circle people, what I'm saying, strangers, I would say. That, know what I'm saying, that give you that support that you want, and building new relationships with people that become friends. So, I think it's, I don't hold nothing against my family, me personally.
Yeah. But and to answer your question, Daniel, no, I I come from a family of everybody had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like no, like my grandfather was an entrepreneur. He owned a pool company here. Um, but after that, like everybody had a 9 to 5. My aunt
Mm-hmm.
started in the mailroom at UPS and ended up like the head of HR, but she was there from 18 to 55, like
Good
never
Lord.
left. Yeah, so like there is no my family when it comes down to entrepreneurship, there is no belief. There is like
I got you.
I kid you not, man. I kid you not. We could close a $200,000 deal tomorrow, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's great, but are you still unemployed?" So
Yeah, you gotta
no,
respect it though.
yeah, 100%, man. So I don't typically like to deal with negativity. So that will get you cut off or put on mute real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but outside of that, no, I don't need any overwhelming support or cheerleading on my end. Daniel,
Yeah, we'll have to agree.
yeah. So we are coming right up on the end of it here. This hour went pretty quick actually. So I will ask you guys final thoughts on the subject of um, your future self 10 years from now. Where do you want to be? Who you want to be? And what's it going to take to get there? Anybody want to start?
I don't mind starting 10 years from now. I'm hoping to have reached that 300,000 threshold and surpass that. Hopefully by in 10 years. I'm hoping to be more involved in the community with just like helping the young guys that's into into the streets, just giving them a change of mindset. Um, my kids will be older. Some a couple of them will be graduated high school by then. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just had to think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just being an all around supporter for my family and friends, though. Just giving them that inspiration that they didn't know they needed or they didn't even know that existed. So I just hopefully I'm just a better man all around.
I like
Okay.
that. Yeah. Same with me.
Yeah.
10 years from now, I pray to be retired, which I know I'll be way retired by then. Retired, a multimillionaire, definitely giving back to the community, giving back to others, because like you said, Dexter, my family comes from a 9 to 5. Like to own your own business is like what? You know what I mean?
Like,
Like if
what are
I
you
tell them
doing?
what yeah, like what? You better go get a job, So people just they
Yeah.
just don't understand it. So hopefully have brought some family members along that can also, have their own businesses. And of course my daughters, that they're in the business and obviously owning multiple properties. I would like to one day own some multifamily properties and have those
Mm-hmm.
rented out. And so lots of goals like that. But I can see the future me. She is comfortable and she is well rounded all the way, spiritually, physically, financially. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully the future me uh is married, found somebody to like me long enough. Uh, yeah, hopefully that. Hopefully, what I desire to happen um is to um yeah, 5 million a year in
Easy.
5 million a year passive income. That's the goal. 10 years from now. Um, I got an idea of how I'm gonna do that. We'll working on it, but yeah, 5 million a year passive income. That's the goal. Um, yeah, and I think that if I keep my head down like I've been doing, um, set some set some attainable goals along the way, and just keep pushing through, despite um, all the challenges. I think I'll get there. I'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I hit my 10-year goal or I make it earlier or I'm a few years late, I'll get there. Just got to keep pushing.
And I think that's the thing, right? Getting there.
Yeah,
After you get there, it doesn't matter how long it took.
Nope.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. When you think about it, you try to set the goal, but after you get there, you really not going to care
Right.
how
It
long it
doesn't
took.
matter.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah, that and the fact that getting there is the whole thing. A lot of people get tied up in the end goal as opposed to enjoying the process along the way, right?
Yeah.
Enjoying the ups and downs, enjoying the L's. Like I continually believe and subscribe to this, that your losses are lessons. Losses are lessons. Losses are lessons. Learn from the lesson and lean into the future, right?
yeah,
Learn from the lesson and then pivot quickly
yeah.
Mhm.
and win, right? Well, I already told you all my money goal. Um, I have 5 focuses and I've shared this with Dexter as well. I have 5 focuses in life: um, family, finance, future, faith, and friends.
I like that.
So being able to be well-rounded in those 5 areas, right? D Will, you said, man, my kids are going to be they're going to be a certain age in 10
Mhm.
years. In 10 years, my daughter will be 25, and my son will be 18, and my other son will be 16. So I have one that will be, if she goes to college,
Mhm.
um, she would have just finished. She would be in her workforce age, trying to figure out what she's going to do with her life. And my 2 boys, they will be in high school. So by that time, I want to have some money set aside for them, just in case they want to go, just in case they don't want to go. My
Mhm.
thing is being able to teach them things now about money, how money works, how credit works, um, equity, ownership, right? Things that weren't taught to me, and drill that into them so it's second nature. So by the time they get 16, 18, 25, they have a knowledge that puts them 2 or 3 steps ahead of their contemporaries or their friends, right? That's my overall goal. Put my kids mentally ahead of the game and put some money aside for them, which they will not know about.
Smart.
Put some money aside for them, so when they finally find out which way they want to go, they have a little nest egg that they can draw from to be able to start that enterprise or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
My wife and I, in 10 years, we would have been married almost 30 years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
28
Wow.
years. 28 years. My God. So we would have been full grown in our marriage. So being able to do some things with her that we've always dreamed about. Um, being a pillar in the community, of course, and things of that nature. Not to get too drawn out, but yeah, those are some really broad, vague things that I want to do in the next 10 years.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
That's good.
You got me wanting to go back and be like, okay,
Yeah.
Daniel said this. Let me
I know, right? I'm
let
like,
me
I want to rephrase what I
Yeah.
said.
Not
I
go
want it to
again.
sound better.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
um
So,
well, we definitely appreciate both D Will and Toy for coming through. We're gonna
yeah. Thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank
for real.
y'all
This
for
is
having me.
Yeah. Please invite me back, man. You know, we can talk about some things, Dex.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course, man. That's why I say we're gonna be actually we're switching this to Thursdays, just be our new time slot. And we'll be doing this every week. So we're definitely gonna send you guys an invite, and if you can make it, we'd love to have you because I think although we all share similar business interests, we all come from different backgrounds and can provide a very different perspective on life and business.
Yeah.
It'll be dope to continue to have a conversation with you guys and other people. So I'll definitely be sending you an invite. And to everybody that's watching, we appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with us.
Most
For another
definitely.
episode of the Profit Desk. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Wait.
Oh.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Please like, share,
Yeah,
and
do
subscribe.
that.
Please.
Like,
Yeah,
share,
a
subscribe.
like
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything, huh?
It's free. It's on the
Right?
free.
Just press
Yeah.
the like
5-finger
button.
discount for the free.
Yeah. Also, we have a book. We have a book club that we do that we started around October. We're going through 12 books this year.
Yeah.
We're on our second book right now. We're almost done with that one. So it looks like we may hit 13 this year. So if you all want to join, just put your information in the chat, and then we'll send you a link so you can join up. It's every morning at 8 o'clock. We read
It's early. It's
we
early.
read a chapter. We read a chapter a night, and then the next morning we discuss it for about 15 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer because sometimes it gets real interesting. But 15 minutes, we try to cap it at 15 minutes so you can go ahead and be about the rest of your day. But by all means, join us.
You know how I know it's time for the call in the morning, man? My phone goes off, and it's a
Okay.
tweet from D. Will. And the tweet says, "Good morning, ass sitters and go-getters."
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite slogans
Every
right
morning,
there.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Every morning. I know it's time to get up.
Yes, sir.
But all right, y'all. Peace.
Good.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Bye.